we are supposed to find the ratio A to C given the following. So starting with the first one, we have A to ratio B being equal to 2 to ratio 3, and B to ratio C being equal to 5 to ratio 7. So if we start writing the first one, we shall have A to ratio B being equal to 2 to ratio 3. And then for this one, we write it in a way that the variables are corresponding in case they are similar. So that means we shall take this B and write it below this one as shown here. And then because we didn't have C here, we write it to the right. So B to ratio C is equal to, then we do the same for these values. You can see this is for ratio B, which should be written below this other one here. So that's why we have 5 written below 3. And then 7, because this belongs to ratio C, which was not here, we write it to the right as indicated here. Now ask yourself, which variable or which unknown has a ratio up and below here? The unknown or the variable is B. So we shall take the ratio for B is for this one, we multiply by these 3. So we interchange the ratios and multiply by them. We take this 5, multiply by it up here. Take these 3, multiply by it here. By so doing, we shall have A to ratio B being equal to 2 times 5 gives us 10, 3 times 5 gives us 15. So A to ratio B will be 10 to ratio 15 in this case. Then coming down here, we have B to ratio C being equal to 5 times 3 gives us 15, 7 times 3 gives us 21. So that will be equal to 15 to ratio 21. You should also remember to write them in a way that they appear up here, so that these ones which are for B are here, the one for A is here, and the one for C is here, as they were written up here. Now with that, then you see 15 is similar or it's common for B. That means we can come up with a ratio A to ratio B to ratio C using the values we have here, as A to ratio B to ratio C is equal to 10 to ratio 15 to ratio 21. So with that in mind, then we can now get the ratio A to C as being equal to 10 to ratio 21, because this 10 corresponds to A, this 15 corresponds to B, and this 21 corresponds to C. So that means the ratio A to ratio C will be equal to 10 to ratio 21. The second question is this one here. We shall also do the same. Let's consider the first two sets, this one and this one. So we shall have A to ratio B being equal to 1 to ratio 2, and then B to ratio D being equal to 3 to 2. As you can see, I've written this B below this other B here because they are similar, so that they be in a column form. So A to ratio B is equal to 1 to ratio 2, and then B to ratio D will be equal to 3 to ratio 2. So this D is written to the right because we don't have a D here, and that means its value, which is the ratio, will be written to the right also. Then which one is common? You realize the variable B is common, so we shall take the ratio for B, interchange them, and multiply by them. So we shall multiply the upper ratio by these 3 and the lower ratio by these 2. When we do that, you will get ratio A to ratio B being equal to 3 to ratio 6, because 1 times 3 gives us 3, and 2 times 3 gives us 6. In the lower side, we shall have B to ratio D being equal to 3 times 2 giving us 6, 2 times 2 giving us 4. You should remember to write them in the order that they appear up here, so that the ratio for A is written first, ratio for B is written next, then the ratio for D, as I have done here. So with that, you can now get ratio A to ratio B to ratio D as that being equal to these 3 to ratio 6 to ratio 4. So that is, say, A to ratio B to ratio D is equal to these 3 for ratio A, this 6 for ratio B, and this 4 for ratio D. Now we take this ratio we have calculated together with this one, and do it in the same similar manner we have done here. So we shall say A to B to D is 3 to 6 to 4, the one we have just calculated here, and then D to C is 2 to 5. Let's write this D and the C in column in a way that they correspond to the letter they resemble. So we have D to be written here below this D. We don't have a C here, so we write to the right. So the ratio for D is 2, which should be written below the ratio for B. It will be written below the ratio for D in this first set of ratio, and then the ratio for C will be written to the extreme right as we have done here. Which one has a common? Which variable is common up here and down here? Obviously, this D. So we shall take the ratios for D, interchange them, and multiply by them. That means we shall multiply here by 2, and we shall multiply this by 4. When we do that, we shall have A to ratio B to ratio D being equal to 6 to ratio 12 to ratio 8, and then D to ratio C will be equal to 2 times 4 is 8, and 5 times 4 is 20, so 8 to ratio 20. You can see I'm writing them in the corresponding manner they appear here. So that means A to ratio B to ratio D to ratio C will be equal to 6 to ratio 12 to ratio 8 to ratio 20. Then with that in mind, then you will see that ratio A to C will be equal to this number here to ratio this one here. So A to C is ratio 6 to 20. But remember, this one is not simplified. If we decided to simplify it, it will be 3 to ratio 10. Thank you.